So this is something that you probably haven't thought about. So imagine this, you have a TypeScript Next.js project, right? And you have a user object, which is stored in some sort of data store, maybe SQL, maybe, Mongo or Firestore or whatever. So let's say you pull that data from that user from the data store, right? And because you're kind of lazy, right? And people are lazy, and you're not worried about performance that much. You just pull the whole document, for example, from Firestore. So okay, now you have that at your server side with all the fields like email and passwords and whatever and whatnot. And now you want to pass that user into a component which is actually rendered in the client side, right? And in that component, you only have two properties, the user's name and his age, right? Maybe you want to show a little banner somewhere, right? So because TypeScript is structurally typed, you can actually take that user object and you can pass it to that component and everything will type check perfectly. The compiler will say, there's these two properties and everything's good. But what happens at runtime, right? At runtime, you actually have the whole user thing with all of the properties that you pulled from the database. And that will get passed to the serializer, and that will get sent to the network. And that will arrive at someone's computer on the client side. And if it's a public page, it might not even be that user, right? So you're essentially leaking data, private data, to the public internet because the type checker can't really help you. According to the structural type checker, everything's fine. And how you solve that is you have to recreate the new object, which only contains the user's name and user's age, from the original object, which has all of these properties. But it leaves such a wide gap for error that it's insane that so many projects are actually built on TypeScript and Next.js these days. And how is this our default choice of building new stuff? How did we end up with this situation where a language that allows you to shoot yourself so easily in the foot is like the default thing? This is beyond my comprehension, to be honest.